Hi, I'm Cyrus Sigari with jetAVIVA, and I'd like to welcome you to the Citation CJ4 aircraft review, the largest, fastest, furthest flying single pilot Citation in production today. We're going to do a full walk around followed by a full flight. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. We'll start our aircraft walk around with the door. As we come up to the door on the CJ4, we see that we've got a new style door as compared to the previous iteration, the CJ3 or even the CJ3 Plus. This is a similar door to what's found on the Citation Mustang. It's a single throw door. Open the door, it hits the wind lock, in which case it won't move unless you unlock it from the inside in case there's wind. And then we've got the enhanced steps, which hydraulically fall without banging, making it nice and easy for you to get up into the cabin. When you're ready to go, you simply pull up the steps like so, push them in like this, push the gust lock, close the door, and with one handle, door's closed. That's it. One of the big improvements they made on the CJ4 as compared to the previous CJs is the windshield. The windshield on the CJ4 is an electrically heated windshield as opposed to a pneumatically heated windshield, which is much simpler, less prone to fail, and a lot less noisy. You don't have the wind gusts coming through the cockpit when you need to de-ice the windshields. So these are fully automatic. There's no switches. When you start the airplane up, the windshields come on and they go off when you shut it down. There's no operation. Very simple. Baggage space is not a problem on the CJ4. You've got a nose baggage compartment as well as an aft baggage compartment, which we'll show you in a second. Just kick these little latches here, flip it up, and you can enter into the left-hand side of the baggage door. From this side, same thing on the right-hand side. Underneath the radome of the CJ4 is the new Collins automatic radar system. We'll talk more about it on the flight, but this is a big benefit on the CJ4 as compared to other light jets. As we come along the right-hand side of the aircraft, we can open up the right-hand baggage door. Not only can we put our bags from the right-hand side, we can also pre-flight the oxygen system and the auxiliary brake and gear system with their two gauges up here. We verify that those are in good shape, close up the door, and we are good to go. On the right-hand side of the aircraft, we also have two pitot probes. One is located here, and one is back behind you over here. In total, we have three air data computers that drive the air data system for airspeed, altitude, and vertical speed on the CJ4. Found on just about every CJ out there, be it Mustang or Citation jet, is the right-hand side angle of attack probe. That's going to provide both visual cues on the primary flight display for a low speed indicator, as well as activate the stick shaker when you get too slow. Nice piece of safety equipment on the CJ4, and of course on all Citations. One of the system upgrades that were made on the CJ4 is the fuel system, where we went to a single point fuel system. What does that mean? Well, we can come over here to this panel, open up this door, and if the fuel truck has a single point mechanism, all they need to do is hook it up to this, hit the button, and it will automatically shut off when the airplane's full. It speeds up your time and reduces the chance for your airplane to get dinged up by line guys with fuel hoses, and ultimately it's more safe. Real nice system upgrade they made on the CJ4. One thing the CJ4 is known for is performance. A lot of that performance comes from the shape of the wing. As you can see here, there's quite a bit of sweep on this wing, which allows the airplane to reach up to Mach 0.77 or 450 knots up at high altitude. In addition, the wing is protected for icing through a hot wing, which pulls bleed air off of the FJ44-4A motors and heats up the leading edges, preventing icing to accumulate at all. The CJ4 is not only a high-performance, high-altitude airplane, allowing it to go 450 knots, it's also a very good high-performance airplane down low. It can fly slow and it can stop quick on a runway. Citations are known for having great brakes, and this airplane not having thrust reversers, they've got even bigger brakes. So it can get in and out of just about any airfield you'd want to take a CJ4 into, 3,000 feet or greater, no problem, all day long. On the upper surface of the wing are four panels. Now we've got one panel that's an airspeed brake, and the four of them together are ground speed brakes. So in the air we have a variable deflection handle, which will allow us to move this panel to slow down as we need to without a lot of buffet and modulate as required. And then on touchdown we go into the ground spoiler detent, which allow all the panels to come up and allow the airplane to stop quickly. In thrust we trust. That's all you need to know when you're flying the CJ4, being powered by two FJ44-4A engines, each engine putting out over 3,000 pounds of thrust. Engine operation is very simple, as you see when we do our in-air flight review. Their engines are both dual FADEC controlled, which means all you do is hit start and stop and move the thrust levers to wherever you want without having to worry about any engine exceedances. The CJ4 uses a conventional T-tail empennage design The leading edges of the horizontal stabilizer are protected by pneumatic bleed air. There is no anti-ice system on the vertical stabilizer, primarily because ice does not accumulate on the vertical stabilizer. That's been proven through flight test. But with the T-tail configuration, which has been proven through all the 525 citations, helps give the very benign and docile handling characteristics of the CJ4. With the CJ4 having a seating capacity of up to 11 people, you need a lot of room for bags. That's not a problem with the CJ4. Here's the main baggage compartment, the aft baggage area, where we've got plenty of room for all those 11 occupants. Another improvement on the CJ4 over previous 525 citations is the placement of the battery access panel and of the hydraulic reservoir, as opposed to these previously being located in the aft baggage area, where you had to open up the aft baggage area to get to if you wanted to disconnect or reconnect your battery. It's all on the outside of the airplane and a really easy place to access. And same thing for the hydraulic reservoir, where you can test it before flight, make sure you've got the right pre-charge, and verify you got the right amount of hydraulic fluid in your reservoir. Now let's do a tour of the cabin of the CJ4, where we can go through all the seating configurations and then the cabin amenities to make your passengers have a real nice, comfortable flight. The CJ4 comes in two seating configurations, either a 10-seat configuration or an 11-seat configuration. All of them come standard with two pilot seats up front. The only real difference between the configurations is between the 2-seat or the 1-seat side-facing seat by the door. If you go with the single-seat configuration, you have a larger cabinet to store pilot supplies, food, and catering. If you go with the 2-seat configuration, you give up some of that storage space, but you get the additional seating capacity of the aircraft. In the main cabin, CJ4 comes standard with 6 seats. It's broken down into a forward 4-place club, followed by 2 forward-facing seats behind the club. In addition, there's a fully enclosed lavatory, which has a belted lavatory seat in case you want to put an additional passenger in the lavatory. Well, this concludes our walk around of the Citation CJ4, the fastest, furthest flying, largest single pilot citation currently in production. If you have any questions about the CJ4, give us a call. We'd love talking about these airplanes as much as we do flying them.